It's all about baby Courtois. I ain't gonna lie to you. Senne van der Sar. That's what he's on. That's what our goalkeeper is on. Signing of the season. I don't think there's been an upgrade this big in the history of the Premier League, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you know what I love about Senne Lammens, bro? He ain't got no main character syndrome. This guy looks like he uses unscented shower gel. He's not interested in the ouds. He's not interested in patchouli. He's not interested in floral scents. He just wants to be clean. He just wants to be clean, unnoticed, but hygienic at the same time. That's what my goalkeeper is on. And you think where we're coming from to where we are now in terms of in the goalkeeping department, I've never seen an upgrade like it. I've never seen it. This guy is cool, calm, collected. That's what he is. And Lord, thank you. Touch my forehead, chest, left shoulder, then right side. Yeah? Thank you, Lord, for Senne Lammens, bro. And long may it continue. Continue just going under the radar, Senne. Continue doing your thing. Continue being humble. And just doing normal goalkeeper things, bro. Baby Courtois is cooking. Big up yourselves, man. Big up yourselves. I'm in a good mood this morning. You're in a good mood this morning. Welcome back to United View. And we got a good show in store for you today. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Red Baron came through immediately with the first super chat of the day. I think because I was talking, we missed the sort of
I turned
noises
off for that bit.
Yes, you turned up for that bit. Red Baron says managers really need to start calling out the thuggish behavior of some teams. Refs are a joke, and it won't be spoken about until we make noise. Absolute shithousery going on yesterday from Tarkowski and co as well. But even David Moyes was like, bloody hell, their keeper's something. But yes, we got a lot to talk about them.
Yes, we have a lot to talk about indeed. And you're right, you do need to call out some of the thuggish behaviour from Everton and the set pieces in the Premier League and what have you. But also what we do need to call out is how you can make yourself more healthy, how you can make yourself improve, how you can get yourself to be the signing of the season for your team if you play football. And that is by being Optimised, Flex. If only there was a VT I could roll. Oh, there is. Oh, lovely.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA, and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings, and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover, and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. Two of our own. Owen lost over 100 pounds in 10 months. And KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds. And Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work.
Yes, like Michael Carrick's tenure so far at Manchester United, just results. And you can get them too. All you got to do is scan that QR code right there and you can subscribe. You can save 70% off your first order. You can get your Optimum Day, which is good for your weight loss goals. Yeah, we are syncing up. There was like Man United's passing last night, wasn't it? You can get your Optimum Nights, which is good for your restorative sleep. Oh, wrong way.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Wow, you know. Yeah.
It's here.
Which is but there. You can get them individually or combined anyway, which way you please. As always, all the information is in the video description below. You can click the link. It's in the chat as well. You can go to the landing page, read the case studies, and get optimized today. 1, 2, 3. Optimized. Yes. Right, Flex. I need to be serious here for a second.
Yes,
okay.
Please do.
Can I have the floor for a little bit?
You can have the floor, bro. You can have the floor.
I need to make an announcement. Yeah, I need to make an announcement. I'll go full screen. Actually, I'll go full screen. Flex can be in the background, right? Let's go full screen here. And I need to put my glasses on. These aren't really my glasses. I just found these in the house. I can't see when I put them on, but I'm gonna put them on anyway. Okay. And let me just have some music.
Frozen. You're just frozen, or you're on your way back, right?
I will be on my way back. It's nerves. It's nerves, Flex. You know what I mean? I've got to make an announcement, a statement, if you will. Just get some nice background music going. There you go. Hello, everyone. I wanted to put out a proper apology to the United View viewers for the way I worded something recently on stream. When I spoke about Ineos and the Senne Lammens signing, I said I wasn't giving Ineos too much credit because, quote, anyone would be an upgrade on Andre Onana and Altay Bayindir, end quote. I can see how that came across. And I understand why it frustrated some of you. So let me be completely clear here. At no point did I ever say Senne Lammens isn't good, that he's a bad signing, or that he hasn't done a fantastic job. The opposite is true. I've said all season that Lammens has been excellent, and I genuinely think he's a really good signing. I'm glad Manchester United brought him in, and his performances, just like last night, have backed that up. The issue here is my wording. Could I have chosen my words better? Absolutely. And as part of the goalkeepers union, I should have been more careful and more respectful
Senne
in how I made that
Lammens.
point. Yes.
At Tinkoko super chatted 10 Australian dollars. Hi guys, just wanted to say that Lammens have changed my life this season. I no longer have shakes whenever someone shoots at our goal. Signing of the season for me.
Yeah. So I should have been more careful and respectful in how I made that point. I didn't handle it the right way, and for that I apologize. I appreciate everyone who called it out, and I appreciate you lot holding me to a standard. I'll do better with how I say things going forward. Thank you for listening. Now, not only Flex, not only that, because I also want to say that it doesn't stop there. Okay, it doesn't stop there with it. To show that I'm a man of my word and I am accountable for my actions, I would do the hot chip, but medically I can't. I'm disqualified.
Yeah.
But what I will do, in the theme of Lammens, I have ordered, and it's on the way, next day delivery, it's due to come today. I've ordered the sourest lemon-flavored sweets that I can find. It says, warning, extremely sour lemon candy. Okay? And if you're thinking this is a cop-out, I went to the reviews and I said, I want something. They've got so bad reviews. It says, they were too strong to enjoy. These sweets are more sour. They are awful taste. Is rancid. Never again. Super sour indeed. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is where I'll leave this one up to you in the community, Flex, because it's a big bag. I'm thinking between now and, let's say, the next game, Crystal Palace, for every, green super chat, I will have one of the sweets between now and Crystal Palace.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, I think that might be a bit, I think, because...
I want to get rid of the whole bag.
Yeah, but that could be like 5 or 6 in one stream.
Maybe that's the punishment I deserve. Accountability. I'm raising the standard. I'm raising the standard here at United View. Okay, this is the level of accountability that I want. So between now and Palace,
people are saying, people are looking out for you. They're like, well, we want blood in that. We want you to be accountable. We're all about accountability here. But
super chats today, obviously they don't count because I don't have the bag yet.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
but between now and Sunday, when a green comes in, until that bag is empty, I will have one.
Like you said, you'll be sick. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. We want you to be accountable. First, can I just say, first of all, fair play. Claps in the chat. Fair play. And I think the apology is so good and so accountable that I think it's almost like that 8 Mile reverse judge of like, you drop the facts so that everybody who's coming for you really has nothing left to say. This is an Eminem 8 Mile. This is what you've just done. You've just dropped the mic to the Mobb Deep Shook One's beat, and the other guy's got nothing to say. Now tell these. Now what's the line, guys, in the chat? Now tell these guys a thing they don't know about me, and give the mic to the other guy, and you go, you know what? Fair play. Because not that I was going to do the point scoring thing, because you are accountable, but I can't be like, and I said to you, I was saying to you that it's more than just he's better than Onana and the bar's low. You've covered it. You've covered it. And do you know what's funny about football? What's poetic about football? What's ironic about football? Is just how the proof can be in the pudding, just like that. Like, after just literally in the build up to that game, then Senne Lammens drops like an all-timer. Not all-timer, but you know what I mean? Like a one where it's like, actually, I've just been talking about this, and he's just literally got man match. Like he's just done a madness. Yeah. And it was just there for you. It was just perfectly laid out. The football gods just and the stars.
Yeah.
At @uncle_chi super chatted €5. I used to be afraid of anything with the word cross on it and was diagnosed of ononaphobia until Lammens came into my life. Now I'm a renewed man.
This is
actually, Uncle's Uncle. No, you're not a renewed man. You're a renewed child, because actually, Uncle is a younger man. Yeah. So it's more of a renewed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There you go.
Senne Lammens.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
At my sound tape sap super chatted £4.99. I think membership giveaway would have been enough, Owen. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Accountability. Okay. This is the standard that we have here at United View. Okay. And again, I go back to my apology with what I was kind of saying. I just didn't phrase it the right way. It wasn't about Onana. Well, it was about Onana. It wasn't about Lammens, excuse me, or his quality or his signing. I worded it incorrectly, and for that I should be punished.
Yeah, look, I think in fairness to you,
should it be yellow super chats actually, considering it's yellow for Lammens? Maybe that's better. That's spread.
Yeah, and also you might not get as it's not.
I might not die.
Like, yeah, exactly. I think you need to look at yourself. I think in fairness to you, I wasn't angry with you. I was just presenting my point, saying you're missing this one, Owen. You're missing this. But your point, I get what your point was trying to be. And we did get to a point where we were saying kind of both things can be true. That like the bar is very low, but also you can give props.
He's done very well.
Yeah, he's done more than just anyone's better than that guy. That's what do you know.
It puts down what he's done so far, which was not my intention.
Yes.
So for that, I apologize.
You covered it well. I mean, it takes a good man to do what you just did. A strong character, a man of value, a man of integrity, a man of honor. That's what it takes to do what you just did. Because it's not easy. Sometimes we all think we're right. We got a microphone and internet. So we go around with our takes and we stick by them. And we are sometimes, wrong and strong, or sometimes stubborn and, I don't care. I know what I meant. The problems with them. Yeah. But sometimes you have to go, you know what? New evidence has presented itself. Not even new evidence. Like we've been saying that Senne Lammens has been doing this. But some serious evidence came through.
Senne Lammens.
Senne Lammens.
At gnome_do_gare super chatted $5. Ha, you are gonna go from heartfelt apology to jaw felt. And then your head will implode. Don't do it, man. Saluting face emoji.
Hey, I'm gonna do
Senne Lammens.
Senne Lammens.
At J.P. 87TM super chatted £5. Onana clenching his fist and gritting his teeth looking at Lammens in goal for United.
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I think he's just going, my friend's part of life.
Yeah,
I was the best goalkeeper in the world 3 years ago in the Champions League team of the season. So there's no way this Senne Lammens guy's better than me. I'll be fine next summer.
You're telling me that changed overnight? Yeah.
That's what he'll be saying.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Listen, guys, on Senne Lammens, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm happy that everybody saw what I saw, because obviously, when you're doing your reactions, you haven't seen the post-match stuff. I didn't know who got the official man of the match. And I was like, I started my player ratings. I goes, guys, and even in my reaction after, I was like, I don't care. Like, about the others. Like, we'll get there. We'll talk about Šeško. Maguire was good. I'm saying Senne Lammens is the man of the match. And then I was like, he's our signing of the summer. He really, really is. Like, the biggest thing, the biggest praise that we've given to him, what we keep saying is that we don't have to talk about him, right? He just does his job. And maybe he was probably a bit too busy. Yes, if you're dominating the game better and, you know, keeping the ball better, we don't concede as much corners and doesn't have to do all that stuff. So on a different day, he can probably go more under the radar because we destroy Everton and he didn't have anything to do. So I get that. But I just think it is also doing him a disservice where he's a victim of his own success because he just goes under the radar, that he don't get as much flowers. Like Red Baron says there, he just makes me feel calm. That's what it is. And Michael Carrick was talking about that too.
Did you see Cobby's post?
No,
on Insta?
I haven't seen anything. No.
Wow. Let's get ready to rumble, because that's exactly what was happening at the corners, according to Cobby Mainu. That's what he put on Instagram. He put this, you know, and just look at that screen.
It's
grab.
wild. How
that is actually legal.
Yeah.
And this is how much of a wrestling nerd I am. This was at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, WrestleMania 32. I know exactly when that's from. It's just
why do you know this? Why?
Because I'm Owen Wrestling News 365. Owen Wrestling News 365.
It is every day of the year. It says it in the name.
Don't say I'm not an expert in it.
That's true.
But yes, like look at that situation there. If Andre Onana or Altai Bindir are in goal last night, we probably conceded about 3 goals from corner. Well, they had like 11 corners, didn't they, or something like that? 10 or 11 corners. We probably concede at least 1 or 2, maybe 3, all from set pieces. And the fact that Lammens has that amount of bodies in front of him, and he still claimed pretty much every single corner with a punch or a catch. How do you catch the ball?
I don't know how he's done it. Yeah, I don't know.
How do you do that? And that's something that, yes, when it comes to Lammens, look, I know we're doing the Lammens appreciation stream here, and he still does have a way to go on certain aspects of his game. I've said before, you can see sometimes when he's got the ball at his feet, can look a bit nervy, but I'll take that over a bit nervous at your feet any day of the week. Claiming crosses, particularly in a league now that's dominated by
Senne Lammens.
Senne Lammens.
At Terence Epes 1,730 super chatted €5. Going against the subject if you don't mind, but I wanna big up Maguire. He went from mocked and have to sell to a hero. He manned up and got on with it.
Senne Lammens.
That's all kicking off today.
At Psychic Larry super chatted £4.99. With Onan, I hated anything with crosses. Railway crossings. Chrome hearts jeans. Rosaries. Noughts and crosses. All gave me PTSD.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And just so you know what, back to what Terence was saying, we will get there because maybe there's another apology Owen needs to do. Oh, well, you know, I want to leave.
No, I'm not going on that one too yet.
All right. Okay. I'm just saying.
Well, we got to do eat a slab every stream.
No, but we will get to Maguire in a little bit. Of course, this is the Lammens appreciation stream. We will get to Maguire in a little bit because he was brilliant. And one thing you do have to do when you say how did he catch all those crosses as well, claim all those crosses from that position. Yeah. You have to pick up the defenders as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they fought and cleared a bit of space for him to be able to catch it.
At Biggs WF7FF super chatted $5. Ugly game, Everton's horrible corner tactics. Lammens was superb. Maguire's physicality needed, must keep plus transition or replace with someone similar.
Well, look, what I will say with Maguire, to give him a lot of credit last night, obviously Leacher being out of action, and you could tell we really missed him in terms of the build-up play, because, you know, we didn't play great, you know what I mean? We didn't play great last night, but Maguire, he was one of the ones that was trying to step forward, was trying to play, and he was needed alongside Lenny Yoro as well, because Yoro did look shaky first 20 minutes. He grew into the game a bit more, but you need that experience, and there's not many people, actually, to be honest. If you want to have someone that's got experience of overcoming adversity in a Man United shirt, Harry Maguire's right there. You know, it's not a bad example. You know, and if he says to you, look, kid, just calm down, relax. Even if you have a bad game, on to the next one. You do listen to him. So absolutely, we'll give him huge credit for that. No doubt about it. And look, when it comes to the victory, just in general, we sort of said it going into the game, didn't we? Going, Everton away, it might be one of those ones you have to grind it out. You're not going to dominate every single game. And we've got to maybe temper our expectations when it comes to that. But the fact that we're under Michael Carrick, 5 wins out of 6, 10 games unbeaten in the league, we're the most informed team in the Premier League so far in 2026. And these are the kind of games that do cement you Champions League position, because you're not going to play well every single week, but you've got to grind it out. You've got to grind it out, got to find a way to get a result. And that's what United did. Even when we were playing badly, we still had moments of magic to go and win the game. And even Carrick, we can have the debate of whether or not it was the right thing or the wrong thing not to start Šeško. Regardless, he makes a decisive, quick decision 10 minutes into the second half. He keeps on the right people in Cunha and Bumo because they link up for the goal. And we score a really good goal. So, to be honest, it's kind of credit all around. Even, I suppose, maybe with some players, they don't necessarily deserve it because they weren't great. But just from a team and a coaching perspective, credit for grinding it out, getting over the line. Because that's what it's about, isn't it? Just, it's a tough game. And also, it actually...
Find a way.
It also, I guess, pushes back on that whole... Because I suppose this is one of those ones where it's true and untrue at the same time. Because, yes, once again, if you let Man United have the ball... and you get behind the ball, Man United don't really know what to do, and they can struggle to break you down, which is still completely true. But we still managed a way to overcome that. You know what I mean? It wasn't pretty, but we still managed to sort of push back a little bit against that narrative. And I love it. I love it. It's boiling the piss of some of the rivals as well, because they're like, oh, jammy. Yeah, fuck off. Where you're jamming.
Mate, they're just waiting for us to drop points. I don't give a shit how we do things. I just want to get over the line. I just want to build momentum. And like I was saying yesterday, I'm taking momentum over performances at this stage of our development, at this stage of where we are at this stage of where we're coming from, where we couldn't fucking win more than 1 game in a month. Yeah. People are quick to forget, how bad it was. And also put into the atmosphere that we think that we're fixed now and we're set for the next 5 years. No one's saying that, but you have to talk about the season you're in. You're only as good as the season you're in. And this season is a bag of inconsistent teams. Okay. From 3rd to 6th is inconsistent. We've been inconsistent. Liverpool been inconsistent. Chelsea have been inconsistent. Villa have as well. Okay. Arsenal and City are probably doing their own thing. And they've been inconsistent for the title race. Okay. It's an inconsistent league this year. Everything is relevant to the season that you're in, to the position that you are in. And we had to sack the guy who has been our worst manager we've seen in the Premier League era. Yes, people are talking about some of the things he did well and the cultural change. And, Rio was talking about that with Dallo and all that stuff. But results-wise, it's there in black and white, in numerical form. You can see how bad we was. And the new guys come in Michael Carrick, just to help us out until the end of the season. We don't know what about beyond that, but his job is to get us Champions League football. And he's come in, and in the first 6 games, he's won 5 and drawn 1. Then there's people going, I reckon he's lucky, and this, that, and the other. Who gives a shit? Just enjoy it, bro. Just enjoy it, bro. We're losing every single week, bro. The last time we played this team, they had 10 men, and our manager at the time kept fucking 5 defenders on the pitch. 5 at home.
Flyboy's so right in the chat. Like, this is what I find bizarre about it. Like, there's, like I said, there's the portion of fans that for some reason is kind of waiting for us to lose because they're sort of, and their whole thing is standards, and yet the same standards weren't upheld under Ruben Amorim because we won once a month. But now suddenly it is about winning. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really get that logic. I mean, how can we be upset from going from winning 1 game a month to we haven't lost in 10, 5 out of the last 6 games are wins? Like, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like
now is not the time
to
do that.
No,
do you know what I mean?
No,
that's what's going on here. Yeah, we're having. Do you know what conversation we're having? We're having the conversation of like, is this sustainable? This is the manager. We're going forward with this and this, that, and the other. We're not there yet. That's not where we are. We're in just trying to get
here as well. 3 clean sheets in the last 6 too. Like, it's not even just like, oh, we're scraping through games and we don't deserve it, like last night against Everton. Also, conceding less goals. You know what I mean? Like, objectively, we're winning games, we're scoring goals, we're also conceding less goals. I mean, all right, you could say, all right, we're scoring goals under Amorim, you had a high XG, fine, but the winning games and not conceding, I mean, it is objectively better. Even if you want to be like, oh, it's just new manager bounce. I'm happy to ride new manager bounce to the end of the season because, like you said, that's where Carrick's into, and that's
all we need to do.
That's
get to the end of the season. We'll talk about it then.
And that is literally what he's been brought in to do: is come in, have a new manager bounce to the end of the season, and then we'll find someone else, or if it's really good, we'll keep you. So, yeah, obviously there are parts of Ruben Amorim's tenure that I guess are positive in terms of. You can say like fitness, or you can say moving certain players on, like Garnacho and Rashford, and there are positives. But I cannot get behind sort of waiting for my team to basically f up so I can go see that I was right on that one, because any day of the week I would much rather my team wins. And in an ideal world, we win playing convincingly brilliant football. But I'm also logical enough to realize that's not where we're at the moment. And also, it's just not really positive. That's not possible. You're just in Arsenal drop points to the bottom team in the league. It happens. So when you're having a game like we did yesterday, you need your goalkeeper to bail you out, which he did. You need, even if your players aren't playing well, to have moments of magic, which they did, and like Bruno was a stinker yesterday, but we still got players like Cunha, who, again, had a bit of a stinker, but does a brilliant switch of the ball. And Bumo didn't have a great game, but gets an assist. Šeško comes on and gets his goal, which he's been doing recently. So, and you want to talk about United DNA. There's been so much chat about United DNA recently. I mean, I grew up during the Sir Alex times. I grew up during Sir Alex. There are plenty of games under Sir Alex Ferguson where United stunked it out and would end up just winning the game, nicking it. And the opposition team goes, how the fuck did they win that one? How did they do that? That's the side of a top team. Even when you're at your worst, you're still not beaten. And we've shown that the last couple of games, haven't we? We've not been good the last 2 games, but we've still been getting results, still getting points and not losing critically as well. In a league where you can't really afford to lose at the moment. It's so tight in those positions for that top 4, top 5. So the important thing is we did what Chelsea couldn't do at the weekend, was get over the line. We did what Liverpool have been struggling to do in recent weeks, which is get over the line. So long may it continue. I'm not here for the negativity. Not at all.
No, I think, listen, I think as long as you're keeping a lid on what you're saying, i.e. not getting carried away, I think these are perfectly healthy things to have right now. Yeah. Like we need to firefight. We need to get some calm. We need to get some consistency. We need to build momentum, get wins. I can't even believe it's a discussion right now, this early under Carrick, about like, oh, I don't know about this. Oh, this is it's fucking lucky. I'm not rating that. I'm not rating that, mate. But I tell you what, Everton were better than us. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't.
No,
like,
no.
It was just and really, it was just a low quality game. Like if the game would have finished 0-0, you probably go, yeah, we just didn't create the gilt edge chance. I mean, we had the one cleared off the line. They had a couple of flash shots that Lammens dealt with quite well, and they probed a little bit, but the whole game lacked quality until we found a bit of quality. You know, we found a bit of quality. It's the same when Ruben was here. You know, we got better just off buying them better players. And some people are backing Ruben to the fucking cows come home, saying he's the answer to everything. When really, he just bought better players. Ruben left us in 6th. You know,
well, and also as
well,
well,
doing that bad. This unbeaten run started under him.
And also as well, this is when it goes to show with some of these players like Šeško, we'll talk about in just a second. We do have to be patient with some of them. You know, this is the same Šeško that at the start of the season, he was getting pouters. And I know a lot of that came from sort of the media, maybe not necessarily from United fans, but we're all guilty of it. Sometimes when the media is so loud on a certain player and individual, when they do have a bit of a bad game, you start buying into a little bit, going, oh, maybe they're right about that. And maybe this isn't working out. But credit to Darren Fletcher and Michael Carrick, because I think they've handled him really well. And we're starting to see the best of him. And he's a young guy. You know what I mean? He's a young guy. And we should remember that. And it should be an example. Look at some players recently. Patrick Dorgu. For a year, it's basically like way too raw. I don't know about that. You know, and I've criticized him. Now we're like, it's devastating that he's out. And he might be out till mid-April now, they're saying. Because we've suddenly seen what an important player can be. Benjamin Šeško, another one. 22 years old, coming over to the Premier League. It's going to take a little time to adapt, playing for Manchester United. One thing's for certain, I think he's got the character and resilience, you know, because he managed to overcome that already. And he'll probably still have his dips as well. You know, probably have a couple of games now where he maybe doesn't score goals and got to stick with him. We got a bunch of super chats here. Amador's been a member for 37 months. Says, Flex Owen, do you know the man from Coppish TV? I've been trolling them on their show. I even got Drifty to shout United 3 times. Hold. Sidekick Larry says, Owen with another generational segue. Optimum, gotta be optimized. Red Baron says, Owen, don't worry, Marcel is the true criminal. Well, maybe he'll have to come up on charges. Maybe.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like
Amanor,
Šeško either.
Exactly. And again, I was pushing back on that at the time. Going, come on, let's you know. Owen, I'm avoiding the Marmite challenge from KG. Well, you're a disgrace, then Amanor. You know what I mean? Got to be accountable. Just got to do it. And Marmite's not even that bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible, but
yeah. Red Baron says, still annoyed with the rest performance though. Refereeing in the Premier League's just awful.
Shocking.
Amanor says, Flex, people like Hums TV will promote toxic positivity. I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Hums, yeah, he makes drill videos, rap videos outside Old Trafford with the mic. He's got the
I think I know.
We was on a shoot with him the other week. Listen, man, the Hums is good people's, but it's how we see things. I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, because you said, he bangs the Ruben, he's on the Ruben thing hard, loves him, but yeah. Big up to him.
And Red Baron says Neville needs to be held accountable for the Šeško comments. Well, it's a perfect transition, because Gary Neville was talking after the game, doing the Gary Neville podcast. Neville. I spoke earlier on about choosing your words more carefully and what have you. Is some odd comments from Ginev on Šeško. He said he had obviously not played in the Premier League and just looked a bit awkward, but he looks more confident now. I don't think he's ever going to be the perfect striker, but if he can be a handful, contribute goals, hold things up, link up play, that will be enough, because you don't always have to be perfect.
What is that? It's just got such negative connotations to it. So basically you're saying, if he's not who is the perfect footballer? Yeah, he'll chip in with goals, hold up play, link up play, and that'll be enough, because you don't always have to be perfect. I just don't understand the measuring stick to what he's, I've seen him proper praising Gyökeres loads of times, saying how good he is, up his backside, saying, oh yeah, and Gyökeres played well in the North London derby, albeit against that fucking awful opposition. But it was this homecoming of, this, that, and the other, homecoming of Christ. And Gyökeres is on a good run. He's operating off marginal minutes, minimal minutes, and his efficiency for those minutes is very high. He's a young kid. He's 22. Gyökeres is 27, 28 in his prime. And there just seems to be this reluctance for Neville to commit. And it's so true. When you see Wrighty talk about the Arsenal guys, when you see Steven Gerrard talk about the Liverpool guys, when you see Carrick talk about the Liverpool guys, and maybe John Terry about Chelsea guys or whatever, they give that grace, innit? Even if the player doesn't deserve it. I mean, Šeško does deserve it, by the way, because he's actually been showing stuff. He's showing ingredients of being able to bake a really good cake here. I like what I'm seeing from Šeško. There's a lot to work with there. No one's saying he's the finished article. No one's saying he's perfect. But this whole thing that Gary Neville, the way he speaks about, I'd love to ask him about it. Why is it you just feel very non-committal with him? But other people, you're giving a bit more, do you know what I mean? A little bit more grace to. I don't get it. If anything, it's a tap-in for Gary Neville to be he's young. He's got a great future ahead of him. He's raw in some aspects, but, why didn't Gary Neville say, look at him? This is what Gary Neville should have said there. In that transition, look at Benjamin Šeško go. It's Haaland-esque. It's Haaland-esque. It's Haaland when he gets going. That's what it reminded me of. And I'm not saying he's as good as Haaland, but the way he got going was like Haaland. That's what he should be saying after that goal. As a Man United bias, and this is his club, he's still involved with the club. He wants us to do the bit. He should be almost sometimes going over the top a little bit and let everyone else bring you back down and say, all right, Gary, don't, you know what I mean? Stop being a bit tribal. That's what you want to see from someone who's won everything at our club and knows exactly what it is. I don't get it. I didn't expect to see that title and thumbnail and the grimace and then see these quotes of I don't ever think he's going to be perfect, but I just don't get it. I don't.
It's like Non-Alien says here in the chat. In other words, he's not Messi, but who is? It's kind of what the weird analysis is. It's he's done well, but he's not, the best striker. He's not, he's never going to be the perfect striker. But I don't think you need to say that he is going to be. You know what I mean? there's just a much better way of phrasing that, isn't it? You know what I mean? You can just sort of be like, look, he had a difficult start, but he's been scoring goals recently. Unfortunate, maybe not to start the last few games, but it hasn't deterred him. He's come on, he's looking more confident, and Michael Carrick's done a great job with him, and hopefully he can continue this form. You can say it like that, as opposed to, you know, I don't think he's ever going to be the perfect striker, but if he can be a handful, if you can contribute with goals, if you can do what strikers do, then that will be enough. You're not going to be, maybe like, you're not perfect, but or you're not great, but you don't. But
you know,
as long
Senne
as
Lammens.
it's just a really weird way to phrase it. Isn't it? You know what I mean? I didn't
super
get it.
chatted $5. Flex. You may
Yeah.
look delish in a non-sus way, but please
Obviously.
calm down. You look
Yeah.
a bit too heated right now. Relax. Don't be stressed, cutie pie.
Yeah.
Cute pie's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
not stressed.
look,
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I think it's helped from Zuta there. You calm down. You know,
I was already calm.
just pay, you know, compliments. Compliments always help, you know, and, you know, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Zuta's consistent.
Yeah. Fucking big up everyone who gets involved. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's equal. You know, we pick up everyone.
You know,
getting involved.
you get people, you know, criticizing and, you know, taking the piss and doing the headline was so far back. You just saw 99, you know, win the treble in 99. You got Zuta saying, you know, delish.
Yeah, but I was all right before. I didn't need, like, I got fit. I'm cool.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But
You know?
yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Senne Lammens.
I was gonna cuss Gary Neville again. I was gonna say something.
It's
What
a
was it?
backhanded compliment.
Oh yeah, that was it. That was it. He's talking about him like he's some better. Like
Yeah,
he's some, like
like-
no disrespect. Like I'll tell you what, Everton have been looking for a striker for ages.
You put the ball in the back
but-
of the net. Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for
yeah.
you. Well
I'll tell
done.
you what,
It's not easy,
You're not
is
going to
it?
be. You're not going to be a long-term solution. You know Duncan Ferguson, mate. You know you're going to be Tim Cahill
Yeah.
for this club, but you can hold up the ball a little bit, contribute a few goals. You'll fill a void for David Moyes until
Yeah.
you find someone better.
You don't
Like
need
he's
to be
talking about him like
perfect.
that, bro.
You don't need to be
Yeah.
perfect as long as you know what I mean. It's just like, and it is true when you just sort of go like, I get that he tries and guess be impartial, even though when Man United score, he actively cheers really loudly on commentary, which is not impartial. So just, you know what I mean? If you're going to go a bit over the line and gas Šeško a bit too much, I don't think anyone's going to criticize you too much or call you out for it. You know, it's almost like you alienate everyone. It's the desire to please the opposition fans and the neutrals so much is that it actually alienates your real fan base, which is the Man United fans who you are loyal to. The club should be who you're loyal to, right? So, yeah, it just is such an odd way of phrasing it.
Especially when there's just like a tap in.
Yeah, he's just
Like,
won
to
the
be
game.
like, he's just won the game. He's put the burners on. Like he's on a great run. He's off the bench again. I had a lad like this in my changing room. And I'll tell you what, they're really important to teams. Ollie got a social. I used to do this every single week. And he finds himself in the same position as Ollie, staying locked in, staying focused, bringing him on. And just do that, bro. Do that. No one's going to have a go at you for doing that because it's a true reflection of what he's doing. But it feels like he's just like, let me just bring it down. Let me just bring him down. Bring him down. And I don't understand it.
No,
I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. A bit like the likes. I don't understand the likes flex. We've got over 1,000 people watching. We're at 264 likes at the moment.
Nice.
I know what will get the likes up. I know what will get the likes up. It debuted last night. It's Flex's new theme song. He wanted one about accountability. He wanted that he's not a flip-flop. This is how you run the likes.
Me. Change it from Flex to Owen, this one.
Yeah.
Flex says he's not a flip-flop, no. He stands tall when the winds blow. New evidence lights his way. Accountability every day. Honesty guides his soul so bright. Good character
God, keep
shines
rising.
in the light. Self-respect
Rise.
is his golden
Rise.
rule. No flip-flop,
Rise.
he's
Never
nobody's
300.
fool. He's not a fence, sit on no. Open mind, let his wisdom grow. Changing views when the truth is clear. Growth is strength, not a thing to fear. Flex says he's not a flip-flop, no. He stands tall when the winds blow. New ideas make his spirit free. Strong and true, that's how we'll do.
Yes, over 300 likes now. It's much better. Much better. Yes, that's what we like to see, folks. Also, actually, Michael Carrick spoke about Benjamin Šeško flex, starting him on the bench. He had quite a good answer about this as well. He said, it's not always extreme. Sometimes I get why everyone is talking about it and making a big deal of it, but I've got a really
Senne
good relationship with
Lammens.
Ben. The belief he's playing with now is great to see.
Biggs WF7FF super chatted $5. Is that soon or? Off topic plus unlikely, but how funny would it be if Spurs get relegated but also Arsenal don't win the league or anything this season?
Yeah.
It would be very poetic if that happened. Because they would be absolutely fume.
I still would prefer Arsenal to win the league over City. That's just me. But
yeah, but the way I do get when it swings, when the pendulum swings and you see how they get and they go, God, do you really want to?
Yeah. It'll be funny.
Fans saying that,
funny.
I do see that. I do see that. I don't know any City fans like Big Steve wouldn't ring me and be like, hold that flex. Like he wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't.
He's still in the box.
Yeah, yeah. Steve McInerney and Boovy wouldn't get hold of me and be like, I told you. Like it doesn't. It is true. Like they won a whole treble and nobody cared.
Yeah,
nobody cared.
It's true.
So yeah, the Man United tribal fan in me is like, listen, it's hate City at all times, but I do see the Arsenal thing. It would be great to see them just, not do it.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But
funny. I have wanted them to win the league the whole year. I'm going to stick with that, though. Stick with that. If they bottle it, I'm not mad.
No, that's where I'm at.
It's one of those.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, with Carrick, he says that it's not making a big deal out of it. He's got a good relationship with him, and belief he's played with now is great to see. Do you think he starts against Palace? Or is it similar again? It's part of the game plan. The game will open up in the second half, and we put Šeško on then because he was rapid for that goal, and he looked very fresh for that goal, didn't he?
Yeah, I want to see him start, man. We deserve to see this series or this film from the beginning. Like he's ready, man. Give him a go. Give him a chance. I want to see the kid start. I want to see what he can do from the beginning of the game. I want to see. And if he start and he doesn't score, that doesn't mean that's why he's better from the bench. I'm saying give the kid a run. I think that what we've seen in the last couple of games is any winger can come off for him to be able to play up front because Cunha hasn't been playing well, Mbeumo hasn't been playing well, Ahmad hasn't been playing well. However, when I go back to Mbeumo though, he's still affecting the game. To be fair to him, he's still affecting the game. Like, you know what I mean? And to be fair, all of them did really, because, Cunha affected the game still. Even though he had a shit most of the game, they found a moment. So I respect them for that. And Mbeumo against West Ham, same thing. Stunk it out really, but found a cross that he hardly put it on a plate for Benjamin Šeško. It's just unbelievable finish from him. But, he set him up again. So I get it. But I don't know. Would I be mad if Ahmad was on the bench next game and start Šeško? No, I wouldn't.
You couldn't argue against it, could you?
Can't argue against it.
He hasn't played well, and you mentioned it last night. It was so true.
Good impact player as well.
It was so true that when that sub was made, regardless of who Šeško came on for, you couldn't really complain against it, could you? Because they all weren't great. But the selection for it to be Ahmad and the players that he left on contributing to the goal, works out for Carrick in that sense too. So yeah, I agree. I think that you would like to see Šeško start, but at the same time, if he doesn't, I do think in these 6 games, Carrick has earned the right just to be like, all right, maybe he's got a plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more of a personal thing for us, like a greed thing of like, we want to see more of him. Look at him scoring and we think we know best, isn't it? We're the armchair supporters. We're the what do you call it? The quarterback. What do you call
armchair quarterback?
Yeah, like I could do that. All you got to do is this. But he's in training with the guys. One thing what you have to say is from a deserving point of it, it's like you want Šeško to be rewarded for that. But from Carrick's perspective, like we spoke about yesterday, he could be seeing it as I've got this kid exactly where I need him. And maybe that might not last too much longer. Maybe there's only one more game like this or 2 more games. I don't know. But, maybe he's saving him going, I'll tell you what, Newcastle away is the game I need to start you. I think you'd be good against them centre back. That's where I'm going to start you. But I think you're all right here. We'll go for something different against Newcastle, pace down the wings with Mbeumo and this, that, and the other. But I think for this, I think we want to see it and I want to see it. But you can't say that Michael Carrick is in the wrong for doing this because his record doesn't say he's in the wrong. His record says that he's getting change out of him. But obviously there's the optimism side of, but you could be getting more. He could be scoring a brace. He could be going 2 or 3 a game if you give him chances like this. So I want to see him start, though. I do want to see him start.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty relaxed about it because that's why I was last night with, he's not starting. I was like, well, let's wait till the end of the game. And even at half time and getting people going, oh, Carrick's a coward and this, that, and the other. Wait till the end of the game because there might be a plan here. And maybe it wasn't the plan. And maybe we're giving Carrick too much credit. I don't know. All of those that were winning games. But I think you're right. I think if you were to judge how he's handled Šeško so far, I don't think you could say he's handled him badly at all. And you made a really good point during the match last night, Flex, as well, that if Šeško was on in that first half with the lack of service that anyone up front was getting and the poor performance from all of the attacking players, he might not have even had the service to score goals or affect the game anyway. It might have been one of those halves where he doesn't touch the ball, which we have seen sometimes with strikers, isn't it? Where the service is so poor that they just don't get involved in the game. And then that turns into Šeško's rubbish. Well, because he hasn't touched the ball because he's got no service. He scores that goal last night because, one, he makes a fantastic run, a run that a defender isn't willing to make. He busts a gut to get in the box. But also, he's still reliant on the service there, isn't he? He's reliant on the Cunha pass. He's reliant on the Bumo assist as well. So in that first half, look, maybe it wasn't the right, wasn't the right moment for him to play because he wouldn't have got the service that he needed. And the game's opened up in the bit of the second half. Either way, look, whether he starts or not, I think Carrick's handled it really well. And as long as Carrick's winning games, he's justified in what decisions he makes. Whether it's wrong starting 11, right substitutions, early substitutions, late substitutions. If you win in the match, you can go see it worked and you can kind of, move on from there. Micah says, give Lammens the armband when Bruno goes. And Ray Carl Brown says, sorry, joined late. Lammens is definitely the best signing of the season for us. Red Baron also says Neville needs to be held accountable. I've read that one. So I think it's positive. Now, a little bit of a negative, Flex here, a little bit of a negative. There is a bit of an update on Patrick Dorgu this morning, coming from the anchor man himself, Carl Anker, who says that Patrick Dorgu is unlikely to return from his hamstring injury until mid-April.
At Zutamagruda super chatted $5. Do you guys think we will eventually get a backup striker in the summer regardless of Šeško starting or not? Also, white shirt looks hot on you, Flex.
I mean, it's drawing. It's getting very close to a line of harassment, isn't it?
You can just talk about the football, bro. Like, big up in it. Like, just talk about the football, man. It's calm. It's all right. I get the sentiment in it. Like, it's fine. You made your point now.
I think he likes
the football thing's all right, bro. Just talk about that, bro.
Backup striker, regardless of Šeško. Maybe, look, we still do need another one in that position, especially if we sell Xerxes, which we probably will do. So I would say,
yeah, we've got to get a striker.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, on
we have Dorgu,
until mid-April, which is a bit of concern. Because last night, and a bit like West Ham, they were games where if we could have had a bit of width on the left, that would have made a big difference for us because it was so congested and so narrow on that side, wasn't it? Cunha always looking to cut in or playing central. Just not really a lot of width there, is there? So Dorgu does make a big difference. So him not being back till
he does. He gives it. Yeah, he gives it. It gives. Except we don't have a thoroughbred left winger. Do you know what I'm saying? Who's like really direct, who's comfortable on that side. Ironically, we've got 2 other left footers that aren't quite naturally comfortable playing there, which is weird in this modern day game that the left footers don't want to play on the left hand side. But Dorgu is that. He's quite refreshing. He's quite throwback in it. He's very versatile. He was, did well cutting in off the right hand side against Newcastle United under Ruben when we were like, we'll have a bit more of that. Can play left back, can play left wing back, can play left wing, can play right wing, can play right wing back probably. So yeah, I don't mind him at all. It's a big shame, big shame that happened to Patrick Dorgu, man. He's working hard to get himself back. He was just getting into his element, man. Just getting into his element. But I think that the natural fit is Cunha coming in from the left. It is a little bit imbalanced because he wants to come inside, but if he can get himself going and find like these pockets and get on the ball more, it can work. It can work with an out-and-out winger on the other side in terms of Ahmad or Mbeumo. So, yeah. I mean, look, push it. I mean, mid-April, would that end up being the 10 weeks as basically before? Really? 8 weeks is 2 months. So when did this happen? Well, February, March, April. That's already 2 months away. You're on mute.
It was on the Arsenal game, wasn't it? That he did it.
When was that? January.
25th of Jan.
Or something. 25th.
25th.
So end of January. So we would have done all of.
It's a month now. Now it's a month. And then it's about 2.5 months.
It's going to be about that.
Yeah.
That's 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Literally 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Is 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm getting summoned here.
Aki says we need Brian and Ahmad pressing and tiring defenders from the start, and Šeško coming in as the finisher. The defenders' legs are already gone by then. And also, folks, just to once again hammer home the point of what we're doing so far this season, or this calendar year in the Premier League. Manchester United are the only Premier League side yet to taste a league defeat in 2026. That's right. Manchester United are the only unbeaten team in the Prem in 2026.
This is what we're on. Guys, I'm going to leave Owen to wrap up. I've just been summoned. So, guys, have a positive day. Flex and KG show later on. I've just got to shoot. But big up to each and every single one of you. It's a Senne Lammens day. Yeah. And life gives you lemons. Enjoy. Yeah. Owen, big up to yourself, brother.
Yes. Flexes are going to depart us, and I will wrap things up for us, because I'm a consummate pro. I'm a consummate professional. That's going to eat sour lemon sweets. That is going to be so. Yes, they're going to come today, actually. So a reminder, folks, they're coming today. If you are just joining, I've apologized to Lammens. I've apologized for what I said and what I will be doing, just for those that are just tuned in, as a punishment. Once these arrive, they're set to arrive today. Yes, they're meant to be incredibly sour. The reviews are awful. They said they were too strong to enjoy. These sweets are more than sour. They are awful. Taste is rancid. Never again. I'm going to be doing them. For every yellow super chat that comes in, once they arrive, I will be having one. So there's the potential. And that's happening from whenever I'm on stream next until Sunday, until the game against Crystal Palace. So every time a yellow comes in, Lammens, boom. Yeah, so I start tomorrow, Manish. I start tomorrow. That is my punishment. It's my community service, if you will. And and I don't really go with sour sweets. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So yes, when life gives you Lammens, you make lemonade. When you criticize Lammens, you have to take Lammens. I did genuinely think about just eating a lemon on stream, but I thought this would probably be a bit better. You know what I mean? It'll be a bit better. So yes, there you go. Anyway, folks, I'll wrap it up now. Where do we end up in terms of likes? We're at 354. Let's see if we can get it to 500 on the way out. There's still 850 of you watching here or over. So yes, click the like button on the way out. Be sure to subscribe. As Flex mentioned, Flex and KG show is going to be coming up later, 7 p.m. I'm sure KG, that comedian, will be filled with joy and happiness and positivity, and maybe once again talking about Man United winning the league after we won again last night. But tune in for that later on. As I said, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Did I read everyone's super chat? Actually, let me make sure I did. I read that one. Okay, I think I did. I think everyone's got read out. Big up to everyone. We got loads of super chats this morning, like 23. So big up to everyone. The community is communicating right now. And yes, we'll be back later on Flex and KG show. I'm out of here. Have a good Tuesday, folks. Peace.